How to Win Every Argument, The Use and Abuse of Logic by Madsen Pirie is a comprehensive guide to the art of argumentation. The book is divided into 3 parts, each focusing on a different aspect of logic and argumentation. In this summary, we will explore the key concepts, main arguments, and practical applications of the book's teachings. Before we begin, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell to stay updated with our latest book recommendations, reviews, and all things related to the wonderful world of literature. Let's turn the page and start our literary adventure. Part 1. The Use of Logic. The first part of the book focuses on the use of logic in argumentation. Pirie begins by defining logic as the science of reasoning. He explains that logic is not just about making arguments that are technically correct, but also about making arguments that are persuasive and effective. Pirie then goes on to discuss some common logical fallacies that people often make in arguments. These include ad hominem attacks, attacking the person rather than their argument's straw man arguments, misrepresenting an opponent's argument, and false dilemmas presenting only 2 options when there are actually more. To avoid these fallacies, Pirie recommends using a variety of techniques, such as asking questions, providing evidence, and using analogies. He also emphasizes the importance of understanding your opponent's position and being able to articulate it accurately. One key concept in this section is the idea that words can have different meanings, depending on context. Pirie provides an example where 2 people argue over whether a certain animal is a dog or a wolf. While both words technically refer to the same species, they have different connotations and implications depending on how they are used. By understanding these nuances, you can better communicate your ideas and avoid misunderstanding. Another important concept in this section is the idea that emotions can play a role in argumentation. While it's important to use logical reasoning to support your position, you also need to be aware of how your audience might be feeling. By appealing to their emotions in addition to their reason, you can make a more persuasive argument. Part 2. The Abuse of Logic. The second part of the book focuses on the abuse of logic in argumentation. Pirie explains that people often use logical fallacies intentionally in order to deceive or manipulate others. He provides examples such as politicians who use emotional appeals rather than logical arguments to win votes. To avoid falling victim to these manipulations, Pirie recommends being aware of common fallacies and learning how to spot them. He also suggests being skeptical of claims that seem too good to be true and doing your own research before accepting someone else's argument. One key concept in this section is the idea that people often use logical fallacies intentionally in order to deceive or manipulate others. By understanding these fallacies, you can better protect yourself from being manipulated. Pirie also discusses the importance of being able to recognize when an argument is not worth pursuing. He explains that sometimes it's better to simply agree to disagree rather than continuing to argue with someone who is not open to reason. Part 3. Practical Applications. The third part of the book focuses on practical applications for using logic in everyday life. Pirie provides examples of how logic can be used in various contexts, such as business negotiations, legal disputes, and personal relationships. One key concept in this section is the idea that you should always be prepared with evidence to support your arguments. Pirie explains that evidence can come in many forms, such as statistics, expert opinions, and personal experiences. By having strong evidence to back up your claims, you can make a more convincing argument. Another important concept in this section is the idea that you should always be willing to listen to other people's perspectives. Pirie emphasizes the importance of being open-minded and willing to consider other points of view. By doing so, you can build stronger relationships and avoid unnecessary conflicts. Pirie also provides practical tips for how to structure an argument effectively. He recommends starting with a clear thesis statement and then providing supporting evidence in a logical order. He also suggests anticipating counter-arguments and addressing them proactively. In conclusion, How to Win Every Argument, The Use and Abuse of Logic by Madsen Pirie is a valuable resource for anyone looking to improve their argumentation skills. The book provides practical advice for how to use logic effectively in everyday life and avoid common pitfalls such as logical fallacies and emotional manipulation. By understanding the key concepts presented in this book and applying them in your own life, you can become a more effective communicator and build stronger relationships with those around you. Whether you're negotiating a business deal, debating a political issue, or simply trying to resolve a personal conflict, the principles outlined in this book can help you achieve your goals and win every argument. All right, everyone, that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed the content, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you won't miss any of our future updates. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.